Welcome to another episode of Neon Radio Podcast. I'm Reece.
And I am the drummer boy, Dan.
Ba-da-ba-bum.
Wow.
This week we're reviewing The Sound of Metal. I don't know. We did this just before, like 10 seconds ago. So my mind...
And the sound wasn't working.
Mush.
Social media plugs.
Yes, thank you. Well, no, it's just a spoiler warning.
Oh, okay.
I got to get rid of that one.
Okay. Right.
Don't forget, go out, watch the movie first. We spoil the film. Go watch the movie, come back and listen to us break it down for you. God, I hope this review is better than how my head is right now, just all over the place.
Yeah.
But I think it will be. This film is pretty fucking great. But let me give you some...
That was a slight tease.
I know, yeah. But let me give you some film info first.
Yes.
The directorial debut.
Another one
of Darius Marder. Story by Derek Kian France. I don't know. I can't really pronounce the name. But this motherfucker is really good. He's the director of Blue Valentine and The Place Beyond the Pines.
Ooh.
Blue Valentine is just one of those movies that I will never watch again.
I haven't seen it.
But it was nominated.
Really?
It's a very good film, French film.
Oh, I've seen the other one.
Léa Seydoux.
Okay.
That was like her breakout role.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's got some scenes in that I would say.
So this guy's on a roll then.
He was the story by.
Oh,
he did the story.
Wow.
And the screenplay is by Darius Marder and his brother Abraham Marder. But it's produced by Derek, the guy from that made Blue Valentine as well, and the story. And line produced by Chris Stinton, who has also produced such films as Knives Out and Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil, and Vile.
I haven't seen that yet.
I didn't like it.
Oh, okay.
It was because it kind of makes, it follows not the vileness of the murders. It kind of follows more so how like charming
Right.
Ted Bundy was.
What else? Yeah.
Cinematography by Daniel Bouquet. Doesn't really have many credits on it for him. Like I think it's a pretty new film for him as well. Like not really made much.
Yep.
As of now, the film has been nominated for 6 Academy Awards.
Rightly
6.
so. Rightly so.
Telling you which ones those are. I wrote them down, and for some reason,
You lost him.
oh, not fucking there.
Oh.
Thank you. Thank you.
Does that happen to your notes as well sometimes?
Hardly ever, but I don't know why it's not there.
That's weird. But I'm guessing there's one there for sound mixing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Best sound, best original screenplay, best achievement in film editing, best performance by actor in a supporting role, Paul Raci.
Yeah, that's what I was going to mention. Yeah.
Best performance by an actor in a leading role, Riz Ahmed.
Yeah. Very good.
And best motion picture of the year, Burt Hamlick, Sacha Ben Haroche. I guess they were our big producers in the film. They're PGAs now. So.
Okay. Wow.
But
so this is, because we should do an Oscar run. There's Nomadland we've got to watch as well.
We got to watch Nomadland. We got to watch more. What's that one? Minari. Minari.
Yeah.
Fuck. Words.
Yeah.
Hard.
Another A24 masterpiece, it looks like. Yeah,
damn it.
Got to get our tissues ready for that one, I think.
I know, eh? Get out the box.
Yeah.
Not for the things I usually use for. Wow.
Yeah, wow.
Oh
my God. Oh, what's that? What'd you clap there for?
I don't know, I thought it was funny.
You're not going to cut that, are you?
No way. Stay it in.
Jeez.
You know what? Because you're crying.
Have we flipped?
I gotta keep the energy up now, man. It's only 2 of us in the room at the moment. I gotta keep that energy up.
Oh my God.
I'm losing it as well.
All right.
I'm gonna give my thoughts first.
Okay.
Because I'm super duper fresh on this film.
Yes, you are.
I watched it last
a few
night.
weeks ago.
Finished it up at about 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, that's pretty fresh.
Yeah.
Certified fresh. Rotten tomatoes. Rotten box of tissues.
Yeah. Went through the box.
We should just say we've had a bloody busy week.
Oh my God.
Godzilla.
We watched Godzilla.
We watched these. Well, you watch these crammed in these
three.
movies. Falcon, Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I got to watch that tomorrow night. The second one of it. Episode 3, sorry.
Yeah.
Of Falcon and Winter
And
Soldier.
you got Kill Bill and oh my god.
Yeah, it's been for us. It's been, and not only that, but you know.
I'm
We
working
don't get
on it.
paid for this, so yet. Hopefully.
If you want to sponsor us,
Yeah.
please do so.
Hit us up, please. We'd love to be doing this and be able to do this as more than just a hobby.
Yeah.
But if it stays like this, I'm happy.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
your thoughts.
Yeah, my thoughts. Sorry, this movie
rips.
This movie rips, and it deserves where it sits in these categories. I haven't seen a lot of the Academy Award films.
Yeah.
But even if I never watched any of them, this movie would take it happily and I'd be fine. I don't think there's gonna be much more out there.
Yeah.
Nomadland is going to have to rock my fucking socks for this movie.
What's Nomadland about?
About a woman who goes and lives in
Let's guess.
Well, just like with a random group of outcasts, I think, if I remember correctly.
Okay. She's on a roll, actually.
She's very good.
Yeah.
What's her name again?
I forgot.
I'm so bad with she's awesome though. 3 Billboards.
Yeah, 3 Billboards, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's ridiculously good.
Yeah, so what's your thoughts? What feels does this give you?
Well, this is the thing. I feel like there's a portion of this film that not only does everyone go through, I feel like I've been through. For me, it's the breakup portion of the film and understanding that the person that has been present there has helped you in some way. Mm-hmm. And it's not about the relationship of love and care. It is about the progression and the what's the word I'm looking for? The confusion also of life. Like things don't always go the right way. Go the way that you think it's going to go.
Can I just intervene?
Yes.
I'm a strong believer. If you care for someone and you see that they're better off without you, that's it.
Yes.
And that's the best way you can end a relationship.
Yes.
Yeah. If you have that mindset.
And that's a portion of this. But I think also there's a thing there where, and we know that's the big portion of it. The big portion is he can see that.
But that was a really fucking good scene.
Yeah. When she's with him, she does love that. She loves every moment she spends with him.
Yeah.
She loves every moment that they're together playing.
Yeah.
But the thing is that
it changes her.
Well, she's not making any money.
Yeah.
She's not. Her life isn't going anywhere, and without him, it goes somewhere.
Yeah, it was a good. What's the word? It's like it's gnawing at her soul.
Yes,
and she does it physically as well.
Yeah.
Like, I think they're picking her elbow, was it something like that?
She's more scratching.
Scratching, yeah.
But I think that's more than just a scratch.
Oh,
that's
but
obviously.
It was like a metaphor. That's
obviously either A, cutting, or B, attempts at her own life.
Yeah.
So, but within the film, like what I was going to say, why I like the film so much is I think that it's a big, the story is so important to an everyday person.
Yeah.
So I think this can teach, this is something you show an 18-year-old, and I'll tell you why. An 18-year-old just comes out of high school.
Yep.
They don't know what the fuck's going on, where it's going to go, what they're going to do. Some of them can get attached to partners, which I love that there's a moment in this where Paul Raci says to him, "You look like an addict."
Yeah.
All because of her, not because of any drugs, because he keeps going, "I need to go to her. She's the one I need to. You got to go to her." Looks like he's scratching at his skin for that reason. And I think that this film shows you how to live with yourself.
Yeah. I just got goosebumps.
Yeah, and to be comfortable with yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Because if you can't be comfortable with just being yourself and just being in a room, that's what the whole point of the movie is. If you can't be comfortable with being you and in a moment with just yourself and you need someone there or you need something, then you have lost and you will always lose. And this movie it's a teacher. It's a teacher.
Yeah.
And
we should have a list of life
films for
guidance movies or something.
This should be up there.
Lion King.
Oh, Lion King's up there. Like that's like your first film as a kid.
Yeah, that's a breaker innerer.
Yeah, that's the one where like you want the broad general aspect of life. Here you go.
Yeah, that's it. This one's a good one. I'm just trying to think of others, but
we've had other movies that we've definitely reviewed where we've gone. This taught me about It's a Wonderful Life. Taught me a lot.
Yeah, that. What's that? Peanut Butter Falcon.
Peanut Butter Falcon.
That was beautiful. That.
Yeah. I think It's a Wonderful Life actually changed me, literally though, because since then my feeling of being grateful for just what is around is completely.
I get that after every
changed.
funeral I go to. Oh man,
really?
Yep.
That feeling of like I have to.
No, it's like actually my mate called me up the other day. He just said the same thing. He goes, we work so hard in our businesses, and he goes, but for what?
Yeah,
obviously there's to support your family and stuff. But he goes, I guess the point is, and my point is, you're on here for such a short amount of time. Yeah. Enjoy it as much as you can.
Yeah.
Don't slave away.
Yeah.
It's crap. And always say I love you
to the people around you that you care for.
Yeah, because one day you're going to be gone.
And it's true. And also, in the front of something like It's a Wonderful Life, be good to the neighbors around you, to the community around you, because at the end of the day, they're the people that support you. And no matter where you are, the community will support you. It's the same with filmmakers.
Yeah.
Filmmakers, they might be pissed off at the fans. Think the fans are the one paying for the fucking movie. Yeah. So at the end of the day, that's how that works.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yes, this film is perfectly where it deserves to be.
Yeah.
It deserves to be nominated. There's Paul Raichi is like...
Yeah, that last scene with him, I can just see...
It's heartbreaking.
He's nominated, right? When they play like a little 30-second spiel?
Yeah. That's it.
That last scene,
that's
it. Okay. Yeah, before I knew it was nominated, I'm going...
Oh.
Man, they're going to play that if he's nominated. Yeah.
Legit.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see.
That scene.
Because he tears up.
Yeah, but you know what? It's that moment where he goes,
yeah.
Like as if he everyone listening is going to be like, what the fuck? But it's like he breathes in.
Hasn't got a box of tissues.
Oh god. They're all gone. Last night.
Oh god.
That scene there, he breathes in and then holds the breath for a moment and then releases it in like huffs. And that's something that someone does when they're like, they need a moment. Like it's been so tense. Everything is tense in that moment. Yeah. And then they've released it and they're like, it's done. Yeah. The Band-Aid's ripped.
Yeah. It's like in Green Mile when they released all that black shit out of their mouths. All that crap comes out. Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely a moment. And I don't know, man, this movie's going to just... number one, it's going to definitely take sound.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see how it goes. Anyway, do you want me to do my thoughts?
Go. Please do your thoughts.
Since you hogged, 13 minutes?
Sorry. I think it went deeper than just my thoughts at the end of it.
Mine's probably going to go for 30 seconds, as always.
Go. I'll be quiet.
Don't be quiet.
It's weird. I don't like it.
Yeah. I told you guys to watch this. I've been telling this for ages to watch it. I think I saw this maybe 2 months ago. Probably longer. I don't know.
At least a month.
A month ago. Yeah,
at least a month.
Look, man, I've always been a fan of Riz. There was a show on HBO. I can't remember. He was in prison one season. You can look it up.
I remember you telling me to watch that too.
Great show.
Said that was a really good show.
He plays a real good turn in it. And I thought, this guy's bloody good. And then we see him in Rogue One. Is that him in Rogue One?
Yeah, Rogue One is great.
And now they're doing a show on him, I think.
Not from that.
Oh, no, the other guy. The white dude.
Oh, yeah. Which is Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's right. Man, it's I like these films because they're really grounded.
Yeah.
And you got your life lessons in there. You got your struggles in there. And
the night of
The Night Off. It's really and what's his name? He's in it. He's a lawyer.
John Turturro.
Man, he is incredible in that.
I like John Turturro.
Yeah, he's really good, man. Really good.
God.
And they give him really good character flaws too. Look,
It's exciting.
movies where you finish them and walk away and tell all your mates to watch them. That's how you know it's a winner. And it's awesome for Amazon to pick something like this up because this is the direction I think they should go. Same as A24. These are these type of movies.
Yeah.
I'm surprised on an A24 movie. Netflix needs to go this route, I think. I reckon the formula of, I'm just going to say it, Marvel, I reckon it's just done to death.
Yeah.
They need more. They need something that's more, I don't know. There's no heart or no soul in something anymore.
Yeah, but this is all heart and soul.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's cool.
I think it's got its place.
Yeah.
Both have its place because if I was to watch this type of shit every day, I couldn't do it.
No, that's true.
I'd be tired.
Yeah.
I'd be sad. It would do my head in. Marvel's there for its own reasons, and
it's fun. Yeah.
And Netflix's stuff is there for their reasons as well.
But it's frustrating how there's not much on there. That's decent. You know what I mean?
10 other platforms.
Yeah, I know.
I was thinking about.
It's annoying.
But I think, I get it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, these type of movies, I wouldn't want them to come out all the time anyway.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
It's nice that they come out, 6 times a year or something.
Yeah.
You get 6 of them.
It's
that just bang.
Yeah, but what frustrates me with these movies is not many people are going to watch it.
That's my biggest problem.
They're not going to hear about it. They're not going to learn from it. They're not going to understand what it's like being deaf.
Yeah.
They're not going to understand.
This is the closest you're ever going to get.
Well, yeah.
Unless you are. Because I swear to God, you put a headphone... I watched this whole movie with headphones. And you know how frustrated I was? In the first 5 minutes of it, I was frustrated when he goes deaf.
Yeah.
I couldn't hear shit from anyone.
And he acts it so well. He gets pissed off. And then he finally accepts, who he is, and
it's a grieving process again.
And then what another thing that's annoying me is her dad.
Her dad was
Her
dad plays the same character he played in Quantum of Solace.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's true.
Fucking villain. That's what he plays.
He just didn't care about his daughter.
All he cares about, you know what he cares about?
His friends.
No, he cares about keeping his daughter like a little bird in a cage.
Well, yeah, it's true.
Because all he sees from his daughter isn't his daughter. He sees his wife.
Yeah.
And it's so gross.
Yeah, it's just frustrating. But and you could just see that Reece's character just didn't fit in that world.
Oh, it's never gonna.
Yeah.
He comes out in a t-shirt and everyone's wearing button-ups.
Yeah. And that end, man. He just switches off. He goes, this is nice.
He learnt exactly what had to be learnt, which is the fact that he has no ties to anything anymore that will pull him down. His tie is to himself and himself only. I think everyone struggles with that at some point in time, in some way. And that's not... It's exactly in the same way this is. It's addiction, but in a different form.
Yeah.
It's not a chemical addiction. It's not a physical addiction. It is literally a mental grasp on something.
Yep.
A location even, or a person, or something like that. And by the end of it, he's like, oh, this is who I am. This is where I am, what I'm doing. Okay. That's it.
Yeah.
Quiet.
Accepts himself. He's at peace with himself.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think that's the takeaway.
All he needs.
Yeah. Yeah. There is beauty within everyone.
Yes.
And once you find it, you're at peace.
Yeah. And that's where he gets complete and utter peace in knowing that this is it. And it is truly like it's more profound than we can even, I can't even put it to words until you watch the film and you see that, every aspect of it. By the way, Olivia Cooke in this film as Lou. This is like her version of Monster.
Yeah.
Like you see her, she's the main chick in that Ready Player One. Huh?
Yeah, it's
The fuck?
But it just shows how grounded it is. Like this looks like they're actually living in that world.
Yeah,
that's how good it is.
Yeah, and the opening with all of that. Well, let's jump into the thoughts.
Yeah, okay.
Like the general thoughts.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say the music, opening music.
Yeah, you go.
It's like someone stabbing my brain 1,000,000 times per second, and I've got 1,000 mosquitoes in it going. That's what it sounds like. And I'm so glad he got deaf from that.
Oh my God!
Because I was at peace.
To never have to hear it again.
Oh, fuck. The music's horrid.
I'll say this: the music is horrid.
Yeah.
But I'll say one thing. You know how hard that is to play shit like that?
I can.
It's like the equivalent of like.
I thought it was kindergarten kids just playing.
It's like the equivalent of like death metal.
Yeah.
Because if you were to break down how they're playing in time with each other.
Yeah.
But that shit doesn't sound like it's in time. They're perfectly in time. So stuff like that is, I can appreciate it. Definitely not for me.
Nah.
And it's
how can you think with that?
It's obviously art music. It's something where it's sounds and noises. I remember doing a bit of a subject on it on contemporary art, and I would always think the same thing. I'd listen to it, and it's like, you know, pitches and sounds and gurgles and scratching, and I was always like, I mean, if you were really into Foley, maybe you'd be like, it's cool that they can get those sounds with just these things. But for me, I was just like, this is annoying.
I describe that music as, you go to those art galleries and you just see those splatters of just mix of paint and shit.
Yeah, it's like that.
Like that.
Yeah.
So I don't get it.
Yeah. I mean, to some they could break it down, and to us as laymen, no fucking clue. I get, and I'm not intrigued by it. So, I said a very organic opening. It was very organic. Even the movement of the camera had an organism for it. Like, you know, it's like it was very. There's no other word for it. Organic movement felt natural. Yeah, natural's maybe the right word. He's healthy. He's meticulous. You find that out straight at the start. Yeah. He, the smoothies, good food. Yep. He does his cardio in the morning or whatever. He jumps up, does some sit-ups and push-ups. We obviously learn a lot about the characters in the first few seconds because you can see she's got the cuts on her arms.
So you gotta say, she did say it. He helped her. He helped
her, obviously, because her mother dying, and then the fact that her father was like non-present, or was probably treating her the same as what he's treating her at the end of the film. The difference is maybe she's come to peace with knowing that she's around what her mother was around. Yeah, because she says it by the end. She says, "Oh, I didn't even remember moments with my mother," and she's like, "Now that I'm here, I'm remembering these moments and these places, and it feels really good."
Yeah, she's done a full circle.
Yeah. With him, he was obviously a heroin addict. Yeah. So, or as he says in it, everything addict. Yeah. And she helped him with that. And that is, yet again, I don't want to reiterate too much, where we come into the moment in the film where, he has to be fine with himself. She saved him, but to a point. Then it was up to him to work the rest of the way. And it was when he became deaf that opened that up.
Yeah, man.
And it's weird because Paul Ricci sees it straight away.
Yep.
He sees it straight away.
Yeah, that's his job.
He goes, you got to detach from everything.
Yep.
Give me your phone. Give me your car keys. You're here, and that is it.
Can you imagine doing that? How many people can just take the phone off them?
Well, the phone.
They'll lose it.
This is the problem. The phone.
It's a good lesson for today's society.
Yeah. Well, I think the biggest problem isn't. For example, I could do it. I wouldn't have a problem getting rid of the phone and being by myself. That's how I know that personally I'm comfortable with myself. Yeah. I learned that a while back now. But when it comes to other people and the people around you that need to know that you're fine, that need to know that you're okay, that need to know everything about you, they're the ones that are going to have the problem. Yeah. Not you. Yeah. And, for that part there, I would be more worried about not me. I'd be more worried about my relationship with others.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think that's what happens with him. There's his addiction. Yeah. But moving on with it, the sound at the start of the film when they're driving, and you can hear that they're distant. I want to hear your thoughts on all the different, because there's about three or four different forms of hearing loss that they show in the film through sound.
Yeah, you got that robotic sound, you got the underwater sound.
Yeah. And then in the middle of the film, it's more like a mix of the two. Like he's sometimes completely gone. Sometimes it's the sound of the tables and the drums and things like that.
It's that's like your underwater. You hear more of the bass.
Yeah.
But imagine hearing the scratchy mechanical sound. That's freaking annoying, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just want to switch up. My grandma, she's basically deaf. And, she just basically, this is when I was a kid, I can remember, she used to just switch off her hearing aids and to go to sleep.
Cochlear implants.
Yeah. And then, and she said she couldn't hear anything. Yeah. Yeah. So it's...
I know why now.
Oh, yeah.
It sounds like... now
terrible.
Sounds like the sound of metal.
Yeah. Well, yeah. There you go. Sound of metal. Yeah.
Sounds like scratchy tinny.
Yeah.
Sounds.
It's just annoying, and I don't know. It's hard to explain. I just put myself in those shoes. You wouldn't want to live. I'd rather just turn it off and just learn how to lip read.
It's one of those things. It's heartbreaking. The movie is heartbreaking at so many points in times because of that, and it's because he's not really intelligent. He's not a smart guy.
No. So
he doesn't understand that, even if he does get this surgery, by the end of it, it's not going to sound the same. No. It's not going to sound the same.
Yeah,
we would know that, even just...
Yeah, his place was just to help those kids.
Yeah.
And to be in that little community.
Yeah, and it's by the end of it, he destroys that.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, because I was kind of... This is where, I think people would be annoyed by watching the movie.
Oh, because they don't know what's next.
Yes, because they'd be annoyed. They'd leave and they'd go, well... Is he going to go back to the community? Or why doesn't he go back? Or, what is that it? I'm like, yeah, but this is the point. The point of this movie is that he finds solace.
Yeah, that's right.
And whatever happens from there, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
That's why he won't. It's that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, you don't need to know. It's like you said, he finds solace and that's how it should end.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
It is unfortunate.
Accepting what you are.
And it's unfortunate that he does lose that relationship, because Paul Raci, in all retrospect, was a father figure.
Yeah, he was.
And a mentor at the same time. True. Both. Offered him work there.
Yeah, I reckon he would have went back and grovelled back.
I'd like to think so as well. Maybe not even grovelled. Maybe talk to him. I think Paul Raci would probably be fine with it. He would talk to him and say, I've made a mistake. I've learned that this is not the right thing to do. I'm not broken.
Yeah.
And as I said, the movie is heartbreaking. There's that moment there is heartbreaking. Learning that that he's losing his hearing is heartbreaking. Learning that he has to tell his girlfriend it's okay. It's not going to happen anymore. We did well with each other.
Yeah.
Thank you. Heartbreaking.
Yeah. And that was actually right towards the end. The last 3 minutes, something like that.
I was very happy about that. I knew already. Like when she gets in the cab.
Yeah.
I literally wrote down in my thing here.
That was the end.
Yeah, I said.
That was their goodbye.
It hurts because then and there she isn't coming back.
Yeah.
That's it. You just know it. That's it. And she doesn't. She stays where she stays, and he goes there, which would have taken a while. How the fuck do you get the money to go to Paris? Anyway, he goes all the way to Paris for her.
Yeah, I don't know. What's next on your little list there?
All right. See, we're covering a lot in one go.
Yeah. Well, it's a pretty simple movie. There's you got your three settings: his caravan, or was camper van.
Yeah.
The place where he learns with that little community, and then the house at the end, and that's it. The house party.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I think with Rich Dad.
There's one thing that we haven't completely gone into, which is important, and that is better understanding the deaf community. American Sign Language, ASL, it's lip reading, and especially the community. Like, you see how joyous they are when they're together. All it is about communication by the end of it.
Yeah.
And we take it for granted. We can converse with each other all the time.
Yeah.
So watching like people at a table converse through sign language, and then also kids through the games that they're playing, which was fantastic. I was like, the idea, it's almost like Duck Duck Goose or something with like sign language, but stuff like that, and drums, playing the drums, feeling any of that beat. I liked all of that, and I could kind of see him ending up with the teacher.
Yeah,
just saying, like, teacher seemed. I was kind of thinking to myself at the end, was like, is he gonna like maybe?
Make a move.
I'm happy they didn't go in that route, but
well,
I'd like to believe he went back and got a job there, and
that's it.
It's with the teacher.
Yeah,
maybe teaching the kids drums.
Yeah,
maybe being like Declan, as you were telling him.
Ask him when you see him next. Yeah.
And obviously we get the sit moment. Crushes the donut with his fucking hand, puts it together, and does it again. What? What a moment. Angry? So angry because I like donuts.
Yeah, he loses it, eh?
Yeah. Also, another thing I wanted to say about the people who are deaf. That type of community, I'm not surprised. Like, we have the first meeting between everyone in it, the group mentorship moment. And that was very eye-opening because it's something I always kind of suspected. Now, I'm not saying that I know the stats or anything like that, but just off of logic alone, the hardships of going through that could lead someone to actual chemical addiction. So I would not be surprised if a lot of people that have gone deaf or lost a sense, end up in forms of chemical addiction because they don't know how to cope with it, or because they feel like they're outcast or misunderstood.
If you're not getting the right help and not supported by your family. Like in his case, he's like a lone wolf.
Yeah.
And he's lucky he went down that path.
Yeah.
Because he easily could have went straight back on the heroin.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about when he found out about Lou. I'm like, he's going back to the car. And for a moment, I'm like, he opens that little hatch on the side of the car. I'm like, please don't grab heroin. Like, please don't do this. Don't get dope out of there. Yeah. And he just gets another set of keys, and I'm like, fuck, thank God. I was like, he starts selling shit, and I'm like, oh, thank God. Yeah. If he started selling it and bought heroin, I'd be so angry. But yeah, it was just something that came to my mind that I wouldn't be surprised if I heard that there were higher rates of addiction in communities like that, only because of how hard I would believe it would be.
Yeah. It would be a massive mental challenge to, cope. Like, imagine just you have an accident and you lost, your arms.
Yeah.
You don't know because you're in a coma or something. You wake up. It's like a butterfly effect. It'd be a massive shock to your system. You're I can't move my arms. It's going, you look and you've got no arms. Imagine seeing that.
Yeah.
Or you wake up and you've got no hearing. So, what's going on here?
Yeah. It'd be
frustrating.
Oh, yeah. It'd be, especially with living with it and then losing it.
Just something so simple. Or if you hurt your thumb, if you've had that before, and you don't realize how important it is. Yeah,
yeah. If you lost
it hurts. Yeah,
if you lost the digit of your thumb.
Yeah, like you hammer your thumb or something. Yeah, and then every day, just a simple movement.
I only cut my thumb like a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
And that was a pain in the ass. I'm doing coffees all the time.
Oh yeah, you'd feel it.
You're just constantly especially with hot water. Yeah, pouring your hand on the hot water or something. God damn.
That's you don't know how much you miss it. But hearing alone, that's just like your main part of communication.
Yeah. I'm gonna jump further ahead. The surgery. So graphic.
Yeah,
they showed the drilling and scraping of inside of the ear canal.
It was good. I liked it.
Wow, I don't like it at all.
How was your thoughts on when they first put that at the implant on? Yeah, whatever it is, and he's trying to listen. You can see he's going through a stage of yes, I can hear something.
Man.
And then you see him turn going, oh, this is shit.
Yeah, it doesn't sound
Did you
right.
did you just feel that?
At all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it sounds really high.
Yeah.
And she's trying to explain to him that it's like tricking your brain to believing that you're hearing. And then also there's this moment. There's a moment where I thought, because you know how they obviously do a lot of mixing.
Yeah.
I was like, I thought he was going to be like, give me the computer.
Yeah.
It's going to start mixing it himself.
That's what I thought the same thing too.
Can I just like let me one moment and then trying to like tune it?
Trying to tune it, yeah.
I
thought the same
would
thing.
believe that now we would be further ahead with technology.
Yeah, I wonder if it's I'd love to know what it's like.
I have like, I think it would be similar, but I think that would be a little clearer than, depending on which one you got. Maybe you got a cheap one.
Yeah.
Because it's all you get.
Yeah. Because you got to remember, it's a speaker in your ear.
Pretty much,
Or, going into your ear canal, whatever it is,
Yeah.
drum. So it's not going to sound like what we're saying now.
No.
It'll sound like a shitty tinny speaker.
Yeah, sound like a robot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be
It'd
weird.
suck.
Yeah.
How many times have you heard fucking Siri or something and you're like, this doesn't, it'd be less clear than that.
Yeah. I don't know. Unless it feels like you constantly got any phones on all the time.
Sounds like you've turned the bass down and there's no bass and it's just weird. Yeah. That'd suck.
Yeah.
Nah. So I like that it's very eye-opening. Portion of me, like, I have my chef next door.
Yeah.
She's learning sign language.
All right.
She's pretty good at it actually now. And it's only been,
how many words or how many movements are there? Do you know?
Well, there's heaps. Well, probably the number one thing you should learn, if anything, in sign language is at the very least the alphabet, because then at least you can spell it out. Yeah, if need be. Like, and the whole like the what is it called? The sign names. They're real.
What do you mean? What's that?
Sign names. So for him, it was like the eyes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He goes like that. And,
yeah, like C.
Yeah, like the meant like, you look like an owl. He was like, fuck you. But yeah, the that is real. So, but it's only within the community.
Yeah.
So you commonly, like, people outside the community don't really have a sign name unless you're probably close to them.
Right.
So unless if you were like, you're my friend, so maybe then I'd give you a sign name,
right,
just to make it simpler.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, that's something that is not.
Yeah, because you can't actually say the name, can you?
No. Well, you can. Like, mine's like something like R and then EECE or something like that.
Yeah.
It's something like that. I know there's one tapping, or maybe it's the second finger, but I know that that's like R, as I know. Like, there's movements where, like, for us, it would be nearly like tapping out the whole name in letters. Oh,
interesting.
Unless they were like, hey, here's your sign name. They gave you one.
Yeah.
So that was very eye-opening. Yeah. And there's not many people around Wollongong that I've actually met that are deaf.
No.
But
I'm noticing it more now, like on TV, you see the sign guy on the side.
Yes.
Or the girl on the side, especially for the coronavirus stuff. There was always... And there's one guy, he dresses so well, and you just see on the live comments, I wish I had that guy's outfit. It's so funny.
He's the fucking Guy Ritchie performer.
They're just going, that guy dresses so well. I think he had a heap sick beard and everything. Yeah, it was pretty good. And then we said, I like that guy. He's awesome.
Well, what was I going to say? Oh, God, I had it in my head. I don't know. I'm going to move on.
Yeah.
I think it's come to that time, though, where we...
Here we go.
Where we sack it or brisket. Dan's Cinematography Corner. A little context for new listeners. Sack it or brisket came from Dan's love of beef briskets. Check out the Enola Holmes episode. And the unique term to sack that if he doesn't like something. So is he going to sack this flick's cinematography or make himself a...
Oh my, this gets so creepy, man. You've lost it. Your eyes.
A beef brisket. And love every morsel.
Oh my God.
Of its visuals.
Wow.
Go for it.
Yeah, this is a sack that.
You're sacking this film?
Nah, the cinematography. You
don't like it?
It's a bit too raw for me. It's not oomphy enough.
Wow.
Like, it's not bad.
No, I'm surprised.
Yeah, it's
I
nice.
thought you were giving this one a beef brisket for sure.
It's nice. I guess it's more so the grade. Super flat.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I'm super surprised. I thought this film looked really good.
See, I prefer St. Maud style over this.
Oh, yeah, but St. Maud it's locked off.
Nah, it's not that. It just there's more punch. There's
We forgot to talk about. There's that moment in St. Maud in the staircase where the whole staircase twists.
yeah.
Like that camera.
Yeah.
I continue. Sorry.
Anyway.
It was really fucking
Yeah, it just feels like this feels way lower budget than that type of movie.
Which is weird because this would have definitely had a bigger budget.
Probably cost more. Yeah. Yeah. Look, it's still fine, but it's not. Yeah, it's not a brisket for me. It's just to me, it just feels really flat. And yeah, I think what's the word? Green.
I could see that.
It's really faded.
I think that's a choice to make everything look kind of shitty, though.
Yeah. What did you like about it?
I just think it fit the story it was telling. You know, these guys are like this weird art punk duo, and because of that, making
grungy.
it feel grungy and natural made the whole thing feel right.
Yeah.
Even I felt like it became less grungy when they finally started going into more civilized locations, like. You know, which is comical to say because civilized in the sense that, I don't know, whoever's there has more money, but not really very happy looking.
Yeah. I noticed it got towards right at the end.
Parents.
It got more colourful. Did you notice that?
Got more colourful. It got more stable.
Yeah.
There's less movement in that front.
Yeah. But, yeah, it was all right.
Fair enough. I'm super surprised, but...
But, look, I still got the feels, and I think the story in this is king. So
yes. Yeah, it pretty much is, yeah. I'm going to jump into factoids. Dan, could you give us the factoids? Drum us in, please.
Here we go.
Oh, my God.
Here's the facts. That's what that music sounds like.
I know. Well played.
It's like 1,000 vinyl records getting scratched at
Scratch at the
once
same
with a few drum beats in there. Yeah.
And a screeching cat in the background.
Cat, broken glass,
my
and
God.
cars crashing into. Yeah.
Well, I guess if you're angry, you might as well listen to it. But
Yeah,
other than
man.
that, rather listen to some Audio Slave or something.
Yeah.
While Paul Raichy, who plays Joe, the founder of the deaf rehab facility, isn't actually deaf, both of his parents were. Found that out. He is a prominent figure in the deaf community as a coda, child of deaf adults, and a member of Hands of Doom, a band that performs in ASL.
Wow. Okay.
There you go. During scenes where Ruben is struggling to reconcile his hearing loss, Riz Ahmed wore auditory blockers deep inside his ear canal that emitted white noise.
Wow.
He told USA Today, "I couldn't hear anything, including the sound of my own voice." After some time, he decided to forego the sound blockers and simply immerse himself in deaf culture by communicating with the director and deaf cast almost exclusively through ASL.
Wow.
He
So he learned.
proficient.
Yeah. Very good.
Riz Ahmed learned ASL for the film, obviously.
I wonder how long it takes.
It wouldn't be short, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
The one good thing about it is you probably wouldn't have variations in things. So, for example, there would probably have one there instead of three.
Yeah.
You know? It's like how we talk. Like, they're over there.
Yeah, unless they say they are.
Well, they might say it like that. But, I mean, it's only they are.
How do you do actual expression?
What do you mean?
Because the way people say something can be like he's pissed off, or another way it could be saying is happy.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, I'll show you how.
Okay.
You got your face.
Yeah, I can see your face. Right? That's what Lion King needed.
You have to look at someone to do
Yeah,
ASL.
it makes sense. Yeah,
so
yeah.
I guess if you're angry,
Yeah.
you're angry. That would be my guess.
You can't talk to someone over the phone though.
Well, he does it
gotta
in the
be-
film in that really cool way, which is like he calls the hearing what is it called, the doctors to get the cochlear implant.
Yeah.
And he talks on the phone, but then what's said back actually comes up on a screen.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, my dad's got that at home. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it gets typed up.
Yeah. So that was
and it's frustrating talking to him when he hasn't got his hearing aids in.
probably because you just have to wait. For him to understand what is been said.
It's got like a 2-second delay.
Yeah.
Because I think they're typing it. It's either that or there's like some sort of AI that's...
Yeah, I think it'd be AI. It'd just be listening to the sound waves.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate.
Yeah. He also spent 6 months learning the drums for this film.
Hectic.
Which is crazy because he only drums like 3 times
in
the whole movie.
Yeah, it's
it has nothing to do with the drums.
Nah. If someone asked you to summarize this movie, what would you say?
It's about someone learning to be deaf and be comfortable with themselves.
Yeah, it's probably the best.
But maybe I wouldn't say they're comfortable with themselves, or if that gives away, I guess, a lot of the movie. I'd say it's about someone learning. It's about someone going deaf and learning how to live out the life in that way, like with that disability or something like that. That's probably how I'd say it.
Okay.
The plot and main. I'm just going to just run through these now.
Yep.
The plot and main characters are based on Derek Keon Francis, which is the guy from Blue Velvet. Yep. His unfinished docu-fiction film, Metalhead, in which the drummer of a heavy metal duo blows his eardrums out and must learn to adapt to a world of silence. Keon Francis' film was in post-production since 2009.
Jeez.
And it stars Jucifer's band members and real-life couple Edgar Livingood and Gazelle Amber Valentine playing themselves. Darius Marder was one of the screenwriters on Derek Cian Francis' The Place Beyond the Pines. So this guy who directed this also wrote Place Beyond the Pines with him. Marder was personally asked by Cian Francis to rework Metalhead from the beginning, as well as giving his blessing.
Wow. Interesting.
Although streaming the film on Amazon Prime allows you to turn off captions, the filmmakers intended for captions to be on the duration of the film.
Okay.
And that is how it is shown at film festivals, or with captions.
Yep.
They wanted to bring hearing people in the experience of those who are deaf or hard of hearing, who would also require captions for any film or TV show.
Okay.
The filmmakers made immense effort to use meticulously thought out sound design so that the viewer experiences the hardship of losing hearing, the ability to find joy in life in spite of hearing loss, as well as the reality of the cochlear implant, just like the main character. So pretty much everything we just went through, the 3 sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And that's pretty much it for the factoids. On to our final segment, initial thoughts. I'm going to go first for this one.
Okay.
Or do you want to? You sound like you're pretty prepared then. You go first. You go first.
Yeah, I'm just this is a cool movie to put on if it's a rainy day and you want to just be alone.
Probably, yeah. I can see that.
Yeah, that or it's like a good winter movie, a fireplace on, or you heat it up and you chuck this on. If you just want to have some alone time, because this is a good it's like a soul finder, if you want to put it like that. That's how I found this, and it's a good refresher of finding yourself, accepting yourself, and to appreciate good art. I think that's the simplest way I can put it.
That's what you took from it.
Yeah.
And that's what you believe it's teaching.
Yeah, because when I finished it, I'm going, just that ending alone, he just turns everything off. He's looking at the trees and all that. You get the busy world around him happening. It's like not giving a fuck.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate that. But when it finished and the credits started rolling, I think in silence from memory, it's like, man, that was a great film. And that's what I told you guys. I said, you guys got to watch this.
Yeah.
And, after hearing of the Oscars, all the nominations, rightly so, I do hope it comes away with something, even though Nomadland is a strong contender at the moment. At
the very least, sound it will take.
Yeah.
All 3 of those moments are both very frustrating.
Yeah.
Very frustrating to listen to.
Yeah.
When he first gets first finds out that he's losing his hearing, you hear the pop
Yeah.
He's at that like stall.
Mm.
And then later on when he's at the doctor's office and trying to hear what someone's saying, so distant.
Oh, yeah.
It's so annoying.
It's like, to me, it feels like you're one person, your soul gets ripped out from you, and it's like, shit, I've got to adapt to this. And then it comes back.
Yeah.
But as a better self.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my thoughts.
Yeah.
I'll give you my score. I'm going to give this an 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah, that's a good score.
Yeah.
Yeah, this movie has so much to teach you. And you know what? If I hadn't felt like I had learned a lot of these lessons already through own personal hardships, and if I hadn't felt like that already, I think this would have been something that would have been beneficial to me when I was 17, 18, 19 years old. I don't know if I would have taken it the same way, because maybe you have to learn it already to take it that way, or have someone tell you. But I can see the people that are smarter than me, which there's a lot of them, trust me.
But just on
99% of them.
Just on that, it's like a lot of these life lesson movies, you already know them.
Yes.
It's like subliminal, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Until someone says it or you see it and go, yeah, that's right. It's like a refresh course, like a workshop.
Yeah.
And even if I don't know if you've been to workshops in the past.
Yeah.
Where it's like, yeah, I already know that. And I'm doing it, but somehow you can do it better, or it's like a
reintegration. It's a reintegration into your life in some form and way.
Yeah. And I think that's what these films are for.
Yeah. You can bring benefit to your own life by pulling these moments, even if they're for fractions of time. So, It's a Wonderful Life sticks with me. But I don't think about how grateful I am every second of the day.
No, no, you don't.
I'll have a moment here and there where the movie will pop in my head and I'll be like, that lesson.
Yeah.
That lesson, use it. This is the time. And then I think this is the same with this movie. And there's going to be hardships that both you and I and everyone else on this planet are going to go through, not in the same fashion as that, but with a similar end result of needing to find peace within oneself.
Yep.
And it's at those times that this type of movie, it'll shoot you straight in the face.
Yep.
And it'll make sure that you know that this is what you need.
Yeah, it's true, man.
On a technical front, the acting is like amazing, polarizing. The cinematography, I thought, was very cohesive.
It's on point for the film.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Exactly what I mean. And obviously the sound editing's amazing.
Yeah.
But all in all, it's about the message, and it's also very enlightening with the deaf community, which I know very little about.
Yeah, I don't think anybody knows much about it.
Yeah, so that was very interesting to see.
Well, we don't know much about anything. All we know is just a normal lifestyle. You know what I mean?
I know more about movies than I do about other things, which is
like, look at the cops, for instance. Like, I shoot a few of their weddings, and they tell me some of the stuff. It's like, holy crap! There's a whole new world out there. So that's something we don't know. We don't know about the deaf community. We don't know about what the president or whatever sees. You know what I mean? There's layers of everything, but we don't know. We've got it easy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if we've got
the boring lifestyle.
If the things that I know most about is shit that doesn't actually exist, it would be living pretty well, to tell the truth.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give this the same as you, an 8.5. I enjoyed this movie more than I did our last review of Saint Maud, but that's just because I think it resonated better, and I would watch this again. Not like I wouldn't watch it once a year, but I'd watch it maybe, every year and a half, 2 years, just to be like,
put yourself in check.
Yeah, get myself in check. Hey, you angry about some shit? Why? Be happy with now and here. So I 8.5.
Yeah, good score.
I think that about wraps it up though. We just reviewed The Sound of Metal. You've been listening to Neon Radio Podcast. I'm Reece.
I'm Dan.
And you have a good week. Respect.